So, what's your full name?
Dale Douglas Paris.
And when were you born, Dale?
Coleman.
And what year?
1950.
1950. Okay. Where were you born? In a hospital or a house
Yeah.
or what?
Yeah, I was born in a hospital.
Which hospital?
Coleman.
Great. Okay. Why'd your parents choose the name Dale for you?
I have no idea.
All right. All right. Did you have a nickname?
Yeah. I don't know what it was, though. I ain't telling.
How did the Parises wind up living in this part of the country?
I really don't know. I know they, I don't know. I really don't.
Okay. Good. Good to sit still.
I'm sure Juanita can tell you.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. What was the house like that you grew up in? Like how many rooms and bathrooms, and did it have electricity and all that?
Yeah, we had electricity. We didn't have running water. We had 2 bedrooms. We was close.
Did you have a telephone?
Hey, we had a telephone.
Okay. I'm just making sure everything's working. Were there any special items in the house that you remember?
I don't know, as far as anything really special. We had wood stove for heat. Coal sometimes.
What's your earliest childhood memory?
Laying in my baby bed, Juanita going Gucci Gucci. That seemed like, I don't know if it's for real or not, it seemed like I can remember back when I was a baby. Remember when Randy was born?
You remember when your little brother was born?
Yeah. When they brought him home from the hospital. Mom had a cesarean.
Oh, okay. What did you guys do for fun back then?
I don't know, we kind of made our own fun, I guess. Anything come along to play with, we made it.
Did you have like chores that you had to do?
Yeah.
What kind of chores did you do?
I guess we started about 7 years old, best I remember, when we started working. Before that, we had to carry water to the people in the fields. And I'm talking about like 20 people or better.
Who were all those people?
There's people that work for Daddy, picking cotton, corn, whatever, season.
What was the chore that you hated the most?
Cucumbers.
What did you have to do with that?
I was really picking cucumbers. We'd have about 5 acres of cucumbers, and I hated getting that yellow stuff on my hands. And it kind of itched a little bit, and I was going to get a beating every time I picked cucumbers.
Did you get an allowance?
No, not really.
Well, how'd you make money?
We really didn't unless, we had little ways here and there sometimes. You know, if we did so much, Daddy might give us a little bit.
What would you spend it on?
Well, I wanted a bicycle. And in the evenings after everybody done left the cotton field, I'd go back and pick the little locks that was left in the cotton balls.
Mm-hmm.
To get, I think the bicycle was $37.
Mm.
And I went back and go up into the night sometime picking those things. I think I got enough to buy half of it. Daddy, I guess he got it feeling sorry for me when he bought it for me.
What was school like when you were a kid?
I always kind of liked school. I didn't mind it anyway. Protected Randy in elementary school.
How did you protect him?
Well, the teacher, I don't know what he'd done, if he'd done anything really, but he said he didn't, and they said he was talking or something in class, and I think he was in the 1st or 2nd grade. His teacher told him he had to write 500 times, "I will not talk in class," or something along that line. And I told him he didn't have to do it. I was big. I was in the 4th grade. So I told her we didn't have to do it. Just tell them, come get me if the teacher had a problem with it. So she came and got me. And I just stood right in front of the classroom and told her, I said, he's too little to be writing that many times, write that many times.
So that's something you remember very clearly.
So he got out of it, and so did I.
That's cool. We're going to stop 1 second. Just make sure. Okay. When you were in school, did you do any sports or other activities?
Yeah, I played basketball and track.
What was your best events or best sports things that you did?
I in track was, I guess, pole vaulting.
Really?
Yeah, I used to set up a pole vault thing in the backyard. We'd go down in the woods and get a hickory tree and use it.
Mm.
Of course, it'd dry out a little bit and break on you.
I can imagine. Well, like, what songs do you remember that stick out in your mind when you were a young person or a teenager? Like music and fads and movies?
I don't know. You know, there's just a lot of songs I like, but I never really tried to remember the names or the people that sang them. As a song came, it seemed like if you try to memorize all that, then if you don't, the song stays newer to you longer. Is always what it seemed to me like.
Okay. Did you guys all eat together as a family?
Yeah, especially breakfast. Breakfast was always our biggest meal.
Was there any major like world events that happened when you were growing up, and did it impact your family at all?
I guess probably Vietnam was probably the worst, and I went over there. But I think if I really had to say who went through the worst part, that'd probably be my family from being here. At least over, I may have been in it, but at least I knew what was happening, and they didn't.
Mm.
And that was probably, it had to have been harder for them than it was for me.
Interesting. Do you remember, were there ever any articles about you in the newspaper or magazines or TV or anything?
Yeah, evidently, I did some stuff in Vietnam that I was going to be court-martialed for, and I unnecessarily sacrificed in a military helicopter. I went in to get some troops out that was wounded, and he was in the middle of a firefight, and I'd been flying along, and I heard this Marine just keep calling on the radio. You know, we got to get somebody in here, but we wasn't supposed to go in the middle of a firefight. But I just kept hearing him. Finally, I thought, well, I'm going to get him.
Mm-hmm.
So I called him back, and I said, "This is Lucky 7. Give me his hombre." He said, Lucky 7 said, "The only thing I know to do is there's about a 300-foot high hill to the southwest of us. So if you come over that hill and just drop the collective when you tip and go over the top of it, we'll have them on there." I said, "Well, as soon as them skids hit the ground, you got to get them on there because we can't sit there." Well, we got in, got out. Shot the helicopter up a little bit, and that's what the military didn't like. And we went in when we wasn't supposed to.
But you saved some boys' lives.
Yeah, we got them out.
How many boys you think?
I don't know. I think there was about 6 of them altogether.
Okay. I heard that there was a story about it in the Saturday Evening Post.
Well, I think it was in the Times Magazine. I thought it was, Janie told me about it. And she said the Times, and I just took it for granted it was the Coleman newspaper.
Right.
But then she told me here a while back that it was the Times Magazine.
Well,
I never saw
remember
it.
the name of the hill or the mission?
Hey, we was actually just on a resupply mission that day. We wasn't even supposed to have been in combat that day.
So what part of Vietnam was it?
It was up close to the tri-borders, up close to Laos and Cambodia.
Would this be 69, 70?
70.
What is the oldest relative that you can remember? What was their name?
I guess my grandmother living, that I knew living, is Dixie.
Okay. Do you have any stories about your Dixie or your parents that you think people ought to know?
Grandmother, she had the prettiest silky hair. I mean, it's gray, and she'd sit there and brush her hair so many strokes every day.
Mm.
I remember I was real little sitting there. I was probably 1 or 2 years old sitting there watching her do it. And mother and daddy, I don't know, I think they must have been geniuses. They just, through my whole life, anything they've ever told me that I didn't do what they said, I went wrong by doing it.
Mm. Mm. Are there any special heirlooms, photos, Bibles, or memorabilia that's important that's passed down in your family?
Oh, I'm sure they are, but I've been around so many places till Janie and Juanita have most of those. There's a picture, I had a picture of my dad and mom when they, right after they got married. Juanita just don't give up, does she?
All right, we're gonna charge her for that one. I guess we better wrap up soon. But what did or do you do as a profession, and how did you start to get into that profession?
Gosh, I don't know what I do now. I don't know, it'd be hard to say. I do so many different things. So I started off in the drywall business, and the economy got kind of slow, and it just got to where I started doing different things to stay busy, and I could do them seemingly pretty easy. And now, just depending on who you talk to, I guess one guy tell you I'm a plumber, got another guy tell you I'm an electrician or a framer.
Right, right. Of all the things you learned from from your parents, what do you think is the most valuable?
Gosh, I don't know. There was so many. I mean, I remember Mother telling me, she said, for one thing you do, she said, right or wrong, if something's not working out, make a decision and stick with it, right or wrong.
What accomplishments are you most proud of?
I don't know, probably. I couldn't call it an accomplishment of mine, but I would imagine my family.
Hmm. You're proud of your...
I'm proud of all of them.
Proud of your family.
They're special.
And what is the one thing you most want people to remember about you?
I don't know. I never thought of it, a period. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.